talk about the kingdom.
Hello. This is Princess K coming to you from Let's Talk Kingdom Music. And I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from all over the world. And I hope you watched last week's episode. Oh my God. Something you cannot miss, to tell you the truth. Because if you're in this industry, you need to know your legal rights about what you are doing. But before I go ahead, because I have two wonderful cohorts that can even give you the details of what happened, what went down last week. And at my right is Edward Ochoku. Sorry, I did it again.
Don't
The Emirate it's determined.
Very soon we'll find ourselves in court.
Ochoku.
When you are throwing breaking table with my
Okay,
name.
okay, let's repeat it again.
Okay, it's Edward Ochuko.
Ochuko. Okay.
You have tried.
Sorry,
Now.
sir. I am sorry.
Welcome.
I don't like me sharing people's
But
names.
you are looking good though. Looking like gold.
Something is happening today.
Something
Something special. So I want to look special because it's my special day.
Right?
You know what I
Your
mean?
everything should be special day now.
Yeah.
Every day.
Oh.
And the Bible said today is the day the Lord has made.
That's what I
We
said.
should rejoice
So all
and
of
be glad.
them that sing today must sing tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you welcome, sir.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very
What do
good.
you think is going to happen today?
Blast. Holy Ghost blast.
Holy Ghost blast.
Because today,
Uh,
the boat have been breaking before, we keep breaking it.
who is going to pack this time?
The person himself. The person himself.
Okay, let me bring somebody else.
Yes.
Let's know who is going to break and pack. And I have on the set with me John World, Music International, Global, the CEO, the manager.
Everything.
Let me not continue. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Princess.
Welcome, brother.
Thank you very much, Chief. It's a privilege to be here again once more. Emerald, I've been warning you. I've told you.
I have a lawyer here.
From previous from last week, I've been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've told you, don't break table here again. No. Carry packer. I won't be packing it. Why would you say the person that will pack it know his
I don't understand. I don't understand. Do you understand?
Do you know what he did? The person that will pack it know himself. What is he pointing at me?
I didn't mention
You volunteered. It was just a
I
service.
volunteered
Selfless
to
service.
pack the broken table, but not Emerald.
Oh, you know what he's
No. So what do you mean now? Anyway, that break to pack.
You should pack it.
And so where there's love now? The Bible say we should love our neighbors also.
That is what I'm telling you to pack.
So if you love me, if I break, you pack it.
No, you have to break and pack.
Sometimes if you love him, you break and pack for him.
Yeah.
Let's end the matter there. So you guys tell me, you were here last week. Like I said, I didn't want it to end because you think you know it all. Then you see who knows who knows.
Nobody knows everything.
Aish.
That's why he says that every day you keep on learning new things.
Right.
Like one of the previous episode that we have a lawyer on set, a lot I did not know about. He talks about a picture, that when somebody take you a picture, a photographer,
Right.
the photographer have the right of that picture.
Right. I didn't know it either.
Oh,
How
you
can I
see?
pay you money?
I have no idea.
I paid you money to come and take me a picture. You still have the right of that.
I
That's
was
what you
down.
see.
It was a serious. When I read about it, it was a serious matter. You know, because I've heard this, I've read about it, I've known it some
I
time,
didn't know.
and because even before then, I used to question why would when you see all these birthday shots,
Right.
you will always see the logo or the signature
Of
of
the-
that photographer.
Exactly.
So like why would this person put his signature on my pictures and all that? Because they already know that
Have
is
the
their
right.
right. So they put it. They might even sue you if you remove that signature. Let me break another table. They will sue you if you remove that
And there's
signature.
another thing that a lawyer was saying that if you have a record label that's signing you and you think, let me quickly sign it because I want to blow.
Yes.
He said you had to go home, get a lawyer, get somebody
To
that
interpret
can
that content in that agreement. And most people like this, they always be victim.
Right.
Especially when they are desperate for the government to sign them.
Right.
They are desperate to have that fame.
Right.
Anything you tell them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, like, you know that many people will come and meet you and say, just take the song, take everything, just sign me. Just sign me, just take everything.
I'm not interested in money.
After 2 or 3 years, I will begin to say you
Hold it there. Because you guys are just enjoying yourself, but we have somebody more important than nobody.
Okay.
So we have very, very important guest today. And you can't miss what is going to happen here today. You know, like this is some people will break table. Item 7, we had it last week. We had level 10, and we had promax. What is going to happen?
Today is okra soup.
So we just be taking a wow.
Let's make welcome to Mr. Godwin.
Wow. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
So don't be angry that I call only one name. I don't want to butcher your name because they always laugh at me when I say language name. So I try to save myself. Like when I see Godwin, I say, yeah, I'm gonna call the name. So how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Ma. How are you?
I'm blessed.
Happy birthday. You look
Thank
like
you.
birthday already.
Oh, every day. And like I said, that beautiful notes you gave me, can you record it so 1 a.m. I'm playing? Because they say every day is a birthday. So can you please introduce yourself to my audience? Let them get to know you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Godwin Eteng. I'm an artist manager, a business consultant, a worship leader, and I also volunteer for a lot of NGOs. So basically, I do hustle.
All of us hustle.
That's why we're here for. If we don't mind, I would like start with your artist manager. Like how many people do you manage or?
Oh, okay. So I manage Preye Ode. If some of you know him, I manage Michael Stokey. He's an American, and I manage him from here. I manage OK Soke, a producer and an artist, and I consult for a couple of people locally and internationally.
Okay, some people don't. Some people English is not their basic language.
So I should speak Pidgin English.
No. When you say I consult, some people don't even know the meaning of I consult. So
Okay.
what does consultants do? Like
Consultants gives you advice on things they believe will help your journey. So in this case, for the music journey for the people I represent, I look at not just your music as something for you. So the blessing you have working with me, for instance, is that I sing. I've done music all my life. I consume music not just as an artist manager, but as a music person, as a worship leader. So I don't just come into your music trying to hear the music sound great. I want to see the elements of the music and know whether it's suitable for the audience.
Right.
So the first thing I'll ask you when you engage me is, what's your vision? What's your mission?
Right.
So I'm amazed that most artists do not know what they want. They just
want
to sing. And then they'll tell you they want to reach out to souls for Christ. But there is the nitty-gritty of getting down to the ABCs.
Right.
And once you can find that, then you are set to really go as far as you want.
Okay.
Do you hear that? There is a necessity. Can you say that again?
There's the necessity to get into the ABCs of it. You need a vision statement because you're a business.
Right.
So I think that there's really no dichotomy between gospel music and secular music when it comes to the business aspect of it,
Right.
which the church folks don't talk about.
Right.
The artist that is secular wants to make money. The artist that is gospel want to touch life and make money.
Right.
People fall also when the secular artists sing sometimes. We've seen artists that people will fall. Whatever is making them fall
Right.
is a talk for another day. The gospel artists find fulfillment in seeing people being blessed, healed, and delivered through their songs.
Right.
But when it all comes down, when it all comes down to the details, right? The important thing is you are looking at how does this put food on my table? Because pastors and churches will tend to feel bad if, as a musician or as an artist, you're doing so well and yet you're not able to meet your needs.
Right.
And people won't understand the investment that goes into it. But if you consider yourself also as an enterprise, not saying you have to charge or not charge, but relate and treat your business like business. So you have a vision statement, you have a mission statement, you have core values. Those things now begin to tell you where you face, where you are looking to go, whether you want to charge or not. If you have to charge, how do you go about it? Things like that help you. But if you just come out and just start singing great songs and you start jumping about because they can invite you, it's okay, but eventually you get stuck.
Right.
And things don't move as fast as you want them.
Everything in life, not only because you're an artist, everything has to go with plan. You
Yeah.
have to plan today, plan tomorrow,
Yeah.
plan everything. When you plan well, you actually end up well. So,
Okay,
but I know you want to answer a question, but he said something that I wanted to relate.
Okay.
He was talking about the payment or the so and business. So, and you said something about the church folks because I always say that in this gospel, everybody want to fix everything. So what do your take? You mentioned it, but I really want them to understand. What's your take in like an artist like going for an administration and the payment and or that because
Or
I
like
wanted
the artist,
to wait, but
like
you
the
touched
artist
it.
you are managing.
Yeah,
Are you collecting money for them to go and minister?
I'll speak generally first.
yeah,
Yeah.
general,
I'll not be
not your
specific.
artist, general.
You see, for the artists that have always talked about not charging, you see that they tell you is a consecration thing, is a conversation they have with God and understanding.
Right.
And one problem we've had everywhere in the things we do is that people take their personal revelation and make it into a doctrine.
Yeah.
And when your personal
that is-
revelation becomes a doctrine, it's a problem because somebody else did not have that revelation.
Exactly.
And
I
they
wasn't
have
there when you had your
difficulty.
revelations.
Being able to flow with that.
Right.
So what you are doing may not necessarily be what I'll do.
Your counter
Right.
with my counter
Yes.
is different.
Also, sometimes people have people that support their ministries that can carry them. So whether they charge or not, they are okay.
Right.
These other guys are trying to find their ways. If we go to Alaba, for instance, and visit John Wealth Music, they will
Talk to
not,
them.
they will not tell us, God bless you.
Talk
my
to
brother."
them. I need promotion. Yes, I'm out.
Princess K.
Oh, sorry.
Why
I
did
didn't
your word
I didn't
come
know.
up like this? You will just be
Okay, we will go to Alaba and visit John Wealth Music. Right. There are certain things that must drop.
Right.
And we know the importance of every sector of the people that help push the music.
Exactly.
Yes.
And no matter how well you speak, no how great you sound, you need certain people to push your career forward.
Right.
So I think the thing with payment is the conversation you have with God and those on your team. Personally, I don't have a problem artists charging. I just think that be smart about your charges, know when to up your amount, know when to start, know when to volunteer and go for gigs to build your brand.
Right.
Now, it's not, you don't just start out saying pay me X amount.
Right.
I just saw somebody here that ministered with me some years ago, right? And there were times when I took them out. We rehearsed for almost 1 year. I was giving them transport and we didn't go anywhere to sing. And it was painful. It's not easy to rehearse without going to sing.
Right.
So if I now take music, if I had taken music the next step and said, okay, I wanted to start singing, I'll calculate all the money spent because at that time things were rough.
Right.
My wife would give up stuff. Sometimes they'll come home before rehearsal to eat. They don't even know that is the last food we had, but we want them to feel comfortable so
They're
that we can
always
create
hoping on
music.
you.
Do you understand? So there are a lot of people. The number of people that depend on an artist is larger than what we see.
Right.
They are the backup singers or the BVGs. They are the musicians. There are people that are backroom staffs that you
Right.
don't see that make sure things happen.
Exactly.
And it all depends on a song or a theme. So if you don't want to collect money, that's fine. It's between you and God. God
Right.
knows how to sort you out.
Right.
If you want to collect money, that's also perfect. It's between you and God. I think the most important thing is understanding how to handle the financial matter in this business.
That is very good. God, you know, I'm conversant with most of your job, and I know that you done so well for yourself in part of management. because that is something that will always come across in this journey. Two things that always come: manager and record label. These two things always come in every artist mind. I need artist, I need manager, I need record label. So now I'm going to put it in two ways. What is artist management? I want you to show a good light on it. What is artist management? Then you particularly, how do you manage artists, or how do you suggest artists should be managed?
My brother is in spirit. That question was in my mind.
I'm always in this.
Like you just give your life to Christ again and again.
I keep giving,
Because I already asked you this question about a few days ago. That what is the work of an manager? Thank God you are here. If you are watching the show, listen now.
Artist management, you find it online. So what I've tried to do always is, even though this is the work I do and for other things I do, I try to read up. In your WhatsApp, there's AI now. If you ask AI what's artist management, it will give you the answer, right? In simple terms, I think it's somebody that helps put together a talent. And let's broaden it up. You guys were talking about photographers and all before we got here, right? And the first time I happened into this information about them having right to their pictures, it didn't sound right, but the way it was presented sounded great. And you should understand that every creative needs somebody to guide them. Because for a creative, everything you want to do is just put out your content. You have something so great, you feel like this is the time. And for the church folks, sorry, I'm using church folks because it's
God's like when we say God's kingdom.
yeah. So for those
right.
of us in church who say God gave me this song, God gave me this song. God, so because we put God forward, sometimes we are not doing the due diligence of growing that thing.
Right.
You feel like you say, I've seen people say that's how I received the song, that's how it should be.
Oh, somebody told me, don't promote your son, God will promote you.
Yeah, so those things, it's true, you receive the song in certain ways, but you need somebody that has an ear that can listen and tell you, don't you think we should do stuff like this? At least
Is that the work of a manager?
the manager, first of all, manages your life as an artist. I remember that once a veteran reached out to me and the husband was talking to me about managing her. And I told the man that you will not want me to do this. I said, because one, your wife is already very matured and grown into this, and you will not want her to talk to me when both of you are having issues. You know, we are way ahead in marriage. They don't want to. But the manager knows everything about the artist. He wants to make sure his artist is in the right frame of mind to deliver every time. He wants to make sure the artist is creating what he should create. He wants to make sure that the artist is protected. So the manager is like what you would call, in the easiest way to put it, is like a superhero around the artist, making sure that nothing goes wrong. Right? So
perfectly.
yes, your phone is on every time. I can't take snaps and what's it called? Naps until I have texted that I won't be available at this time. Because something may happen and somebody is trying to reach me. And that thing is important. They need my input. You can go ahead. I mean, it's not like you have the God view of things. Yes. But sometimes your input helps to broaden the thoughts and people follow that. So the manager creates a pathway. The manager is also on the constant path of learning. The manager builds relationships. You find a way, because the artist sometimes may not be able to go out there. You know, imagine one of the artists I mentioned comes through this street and people recognize him. We'll have a problem around there. You won't concentrate. But for me, I can wear my shorts and go into Alaba, and the only people I've interacted with to know me. There are people that I've called that don't know my face.
Yes.
So, except I introduce myself, you don't know who I am.
Right.
But so you are representing the artist at every time, making sure his interest is protected. Now you ask the other question: how do I manage my artist?
Or how do somebody get you to manage them?
So let me start how I manage my artist. So first of all, I didn't want to do this, right? I never wanted to do artists. I just wanted to sing, travel. I was enjoying it. It was fun, right? Then Minister Preye Ode, they called me and asked me to work with him. And seeing that he has been my friend, we've been friends for years. He was my best man. So we've gone way back, you know, and I knew it would come with a price, because for me it meant that if I have a song that is good, and start promoting it, it becomes a distraction to what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So something needed to give.
Right. You are singing and your artist is singing.
So it was something that one needed to give. Two was I had to learn through the processes. It was not easy, right? I spoke with my wife. She told me, do it now. You're already doing it. I really, the first time I saw him, I just loved him. We met at a concert in Asaba and I loved him, and that friendship grew. So that's how I came into management. Now, managing the artist, for me, I target relationships. I'm big on building relationships. It's like the biggest asset you have as an individual.
Yes.
Two is I am sincere. I try my best to be as sincere as possible. I'm mindful of what I say. So I have to frame it in a very nice way, even when I'm not cool with certain things. Do you understand? So I can't just come and tell you. I read a book that says you can tell people they are mad 3 ways and they'll pick offense in one. So if I come and meet and say, John Wade, you are mad, you feel bad. Emirad, you are very, very mad. But I can't say you guys are mad, though. You guys are so
I will have to buy just but that's what I'm from.
okay, so it's understanding the technicalities of handling people. Meaning that at times, even when you feel like you are right and the person is wrong, you try to put yourself in their shoes and manage that situation. So conversations are key. We may be upset at each other. Somebody has to put the call through.
Right.
Somebody has to say, I'm sorry. Somebody has, and no matter how mad we get working, we make sure that nothing affects the work. The work must continue. So that's how I manage. And of course, I look out for not just the business angle of my artists. I want to see them doing well emotionally, spiritually, and all that. So when I pray, the Bible says that the Lord says He will bless the works of your hands. So the thing is, when I pray for my business to be blessed, I'm praying for them to be blessed. Because when they bless, so I am not a liability to them. I'm an asset. And every manager, every aspiring manager should know that you're an asset. And how you are asset is because you are bringing something to the table. And because of that, you know your worth.
I like that. Bringing something to the table.
Yes. So
I have a very big thing.
To the other management that are watching us, you're a manager, you should not be a liability to your artist, will be an asset.
Every manager should be an asset.
Because sometimes an artist will call a manager, or somebody will call a manager, manage me, and they say, you will pay me 100,000 every month. Or you pay me 3 million to manage it for 3 years. So,
yeah, I think it's okay to charge if you have to charge. For instance,
is that a liability?
It's not
No,
a liability.
that is a kind of
the manager is molding you into something. He's saying something you will not pay attention to. Most times, just watch it. We're here.
Okay, sir.
There's a blind side to all of us here. There are things the viewers can't see that is happening in this room where we are. Right? There are things we can't see that is happening in the camera. When you drive, there's a blind side. There's a side you can't see. There's always somebody that is able to see the blind side. And that person becomes an asset to you. There's somebody that wants to think a step further than the way you think. You think great about your music, but somebody is looking at major things. So you go for a concert, you are singing, the person is going to that concert to build relationships, to connect. You text because you want to just text and have a conversation. The person is having a communication that will build up for, that you can say, I'm in your town. So for every town I've been to, I can call anybody and say I'm in your town, and somebody would likely send me help or say, oh, I'm coming to pick you up.
This is amazing. Hold that thoughts. Don't forget where you stop, and don't forget your question. We're going to go on a short break, and when we come back, wow, that's all I can say. He is wow. Stay there. Don't move an inch.
It is inspiring.
Gifts is just like a support to a man's call.
It is educating.
Understand where God has called you to function.
It is dramatic.
Like your work too. You people.
Join us every Sunday for an intriguing moment on the following channels: Go TV Channel 140, Free TV Channel 505, Terrestrial UHF 42, Star Times Channel 130. Time, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Visit www.letstalkkingdommusic.com. You can also download all Princess K's songs from the website. Subscribe and follow us on our channel and social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 070-640-54983, 0815-323-1363. Let's talk Kingdom Music.
Let's talk about the kingdom.